All right. Welcome to another Nate Frazier Experience podcast. This episode is called Why Men. And it's basically an episode that's based on why men do certain things. And certain individuals or maybe even people in the world want to understand why. Why do they do this in the first place? And with me being a man basically my whole life, I figure this will be a great opportunity to educate people on why men do certain things. But before we get into that, I hope you hit that like button, that share button before you came in here, or clicked on this link for this video. I will have more shirts coming and more masks, so be patient for that. The t-shirts will go for $20. The masks will go for $10. And then I'll let you know any other merch that I'll be having coming out. And then I will link my Facebook business page, just basically Nate Frazier Experience. So then you can leave comments. You can tell me subjects that you want to talk about, or you could comment on this video here and let me know what you think. So without further ado, let's get into it. So I know you see these pieces of paper here. I had to write hella notes down because it was hella shit that people wanted to know. I may even have to make another video just to get some of that shit out. So I just worked on the key points or the main things that people look for when they come to finding out why men do certain things. So I just wrote those things down and then we're going to talk about it. So the first one that we're going to talk about is, why do men cheat? And that's a biggie. Like I had an overwhelming request to talk about why men cheat or whatnot, and try to figure out like why it's done or why even think about it in the first place. And I don't know if you've seen my last episode of the cheating podcast, and we slightly touched on that. Or why men cheat and stuff like that. So we're going to get deeper into the subject of cheating. So one of the things why men cheat is because they got a big ego. You know, let's say, for example, you out with the guys. You got your girl back at home. You out with the guys. And you see a bunch of girls at the bar. And to impress your guys, or to show that you alpha, or you can do whatever the fuck you want to do, you try to go talk to the girl and try to coerce her into cheating. You know what I mean? Try to show the guys like, hey, you know, I can have any woman I want. It don't matter. I got a girl at home, but I'm still gonna grab whatever I got up in this bar. You feel me? I'm the big alpha dog. I'm a big dog. You feel me? So whenever you got a guy has like a big ego, he's most likely gonna try to impress by cheating. He may not go to the full mile, or he may just do a little flirt with a girl just to show that he still got it, and then that'll be the end of it. Once in a while, they'll go the full, you know what I mean, the full home run and actually go cheat. They may go flirt and show that they still got it or whatnot. So one of the things, he got a big ego. Another thing is, men just get bored when they get in a relationship. Like, you know, you got the honeymoon stage. Y'all just getting to know each other. Everything about this girl is amazing. Like, you want to know more and stuff like that. But as soon as I say 3 years, 4 years, once you know your partner and you've been living with them and being with them for that long amount of time, you tend to get bored because now it's a routine. You know what I mean? Y'all wake up together, get dressed, brush your teeth together, go to work, come home, and go to sleep. It's like a routine, so it gets boring. So then men crave adventure. They crave to feel wanted. You know what I mean? Like, they want that chase again. So like, to help prevent that, you should like do stuff like movie night and or surprise him with some new lingerie, say, hey, babe, let's go take a vacation or let's go on a cruise, anything of the sorts to stop that from even happening. But guys do get bored and seek out a venture because it is women out there that will make a guy cheat to feel empowered, to feel like, hey, I got your man. What you gonna do about it? Type stuff. So most likely a guy will get bored because of the same routine. You need to change it up, flip it around, do whatever you can to change it up because the same shit you was doing to get him, keep doing it, or even do it even better. You know what I mean? Surprise him like if you never supported him in playing video games, surprise him with a video game. I bet I'll stop him from going anywhere. Any man that played a video game, we less likely to go outside and go even cheat in the first place because we got everything here at home. You feel me? So always try to switch up everything. Try to make sure you always ask questions. Make sure you always try to get in his head. Try to figure out if everything cool. And you will see signs where he's bored, where he's not as talkative, and he's just like, it's the same routine, or hey, honey, like you don't seem excited anymore. So men do cheat when they get bored. So another one is insecurity. Certain men are insecure, feeling, and what I mean by insecure is they don't have confidence in themselves to either upkeep a relationship or they always feel like one day this woman would leave me. So instead of to combat that, they'll have like another woman on the side just in case because they can't stand to be alone. They feel like they're not good enough. So they will have a woman on the side that they will cheat with to build up their insecurity and make them feel secure, make them feel safe, make them feel good. So always give your man compliments. Always make sure you give him like, it's kind of like when you have workers, as a supervisor you have workers. You always got to give them some type of secureness at the end of the day. Like, hey, you did a good job, or hey, I liked your attitude today, or hey, I like how you was cooperative today. Do that the same way with men because men seek that. They may not ask for it, but men seek that. Men like people that recognize what they've done. Because in the world, out there in the world, people don't give a shit what the fuck we done because they would say that's what you're supposed to do. You know what I mean? So always make sure you give your man some type of validation, make him feel good or whatnot, and make sure he's good here. No one else good here. So another reason why men cheat is just immaturity. Men never reach that state of like he could be with one woman or be honest with the woman. You know what I mean? Like if you feel like you cannot be in this relationship, then he should be able to come to you and work on it. And if y'all can't work on it, then y'all should be able to separate. Instead of him coming to you, he'll rather just let the relationship go how it is, and then he'll have his side thing. And that's a sign of immaturity. He's not ready. He hasn't experienced enough things in life to be in a successful relationship. So he cheats. So you can notice if a man is immature in the very beginning of the relationship. So just don't ignore those red flags. Don't ever think you could change a man by doing this. If you see those red flags, call them out. Have conversations with your man. Let them know, hey, I didn't like how you did this, or hey, I feel like you're becoming this type of person. Like, call it out. You know what I mean? And have a conversation about it. So those are the main things why a man would cheat. It may be other things out there that men would cheat because, but those are the main majority of men of why men cheat. Those majority of things right there. So remember, you got the big ego, bored, they insecure within themselves, and then they immature. And then, I forgot one last one. Men cheat because the woman became a doormat. You could do whatever you want with the woman and she will not care. So it's like, why hold you at a certain standard if I could just do whatever the fuck I want to do? I could cheat on you and you'll still be there. You know what I mean? So it's like, now I can have my cake and eat it. What's the point of compromising if I could just have whatever I want and you? So women, you got to understand, like, have some type of boundaries. Have some type of self-respect, so then the guy can respect you. If you can't respect yourself, then the guy won't respect you. You feel me? So don't be a doormat. Don't stand on what you believe. You know what I mean? If you think he's cheating, call him out or have conversations. Don't just let the shit happen because you feel like this is life. You feel me? So that's the last and final thing. So big ego, bored, insecurity, immaturity, and the woman compromising on everything. So another question was, why do men lie? And men lie a lot, including myself. I've caught myself lying a few times for no reason. And that's all due to experience. So what I mean by experience, like, let's say 16, 17. Okay, you like, hey, I feel comfortable with this woman. I want to be honest with her. And it's always came back with the end result not being in your favor. So it's like, if I really want you and I want to have you, and me being honest is me losing you, it's like, what's the point of me being honest if I'm just going to lose you? You know what I mean? I don't want to lose you. So sometimes men hide the truth so you can be happy. It was a video that I seen where a woman said, she was like, treat me like that man at work.
All I know that works in the world is a relationship.
Yes, all right.
Okay, that's all that's going to work. It takes two people to have a relationship.
Yeah, but the relationship.
If you don't have a dream, fake it.
But the relationship, you can't fake a dream.
You got to fake it, because we don't have dreams these days. How the hell can you have a dream? For what?
Well, it isn't.
So everybody's jiving, but let's jive on that level.
If I love you, I can't lie to you.
Of course you can lie to me, and you will. If you love me and you're going off with Maddie someplace, you're lying to me. Because what the hell do I care about the truth? I care if you're there. What Billie Holiday say, hush now, don't explain.
All right, I accept that.
Of course
All right,
you'll lie to me, because I don't even want to care. What does the truth matter? And why are you going to be truthful with me when you lie to everybody else? You lied when you smiled at that cracker down the job, right? Lie to me, smile. Treat me the same way you would treat him.
I can't treat you the way I treat him.
You must. Because I've caught the frowns and the anger. He's happy with you. Of course he doesn't know you're unhappy. You grin at him all day long. You come home and I catch hell. Because I love you, I get least of you. I get the very minimum. And I'm saying, fake it with me. Is that too much of the black woman to ask of the black man? For 10 years, so that we can get a child on his feet that says, yeah, father smiled at mother.
Another reason why men lie is some women can't handle the truth. And that's facts. Like, I'm not saying all women, but majority of the women cannot handle the truth. They may say they can handle it, but when they hear the truth, then they get combative. They become defensive. They always think somebody is attacking them when they only is looking in your favor of your feelings by telling you the truth. You know what I mean? I would not allow my homies to walk out of here any type of way because I feel like I can't tell them the truth. I could be honest and be like, nah, bro, that don't work out. Like, nah, switch that up, or nah, you got a hole in your shirt, G. Put a different shirt on. So, like, some women cannot handle the truth, and that's why certain men lie, because women cannot handle the truth, and instead of dealing with the consequence, with the arguing and being combative and the backlash, they rather just lie and keep you happy. And if a woman thinks they can handle the truth, tell them to approach their sister at a cookout whenever whenever they have a situation, be honest with your sister at the cookout, or be honest with your auntie. Be honest with your family members. And if they don't be honest with their family members, it's because they know that that woman in that family, that woman in that family is gonna create backlash. Y'all gonna lose y'all friendship. So they rather just let them feel like they in the fairy tale land and not tell them the truth at all. So that's probably like the number one reason why men lie, because it's like the backlash. Like, there's no reward for being honest. Whenever you're honest, it's like it creates more problems. So it's like, why even tell the truth in the first place? So another reason why he may lie is because he's not vulnerable. He's not ready to open up. He's still been hurt. He's still healing from a previous relationship. So he'll rather put on a facade or put certain stuff out there that he know if you knew about it, it won't hurt him. If, for example, let's say he told you a secret. Told you a secret. It was very close to him and stuff like that. Y'all get into an argument. And majority of the time, women will take that secret or whatever information that he gave to that woman and throw it back in his face. They do it like 80% of the time. Throw it right back in their face, and then a man will feel like betrayed, like, hey, I told you that because I was vulnerable. I trusted you with that secret, or I trusted you with my heart, and then you just throw it back in my face. Why? You know what I mean? Why is an argument or you being angry at me so bad to the point where you want me to be that hurt? You know what I mean? So that's why certain men just lie. Like they not vulnerable. They not ready to open up. So, and then the last one, he immature. Yeah, the immaturity is gonna be a lot. He's just very immature. He likes to play games. He likes to lie. He likes to see if I was to say this, how she would act, or I don't really care for her like that. So it's like, I don't really care what I say or what I do. You know what I mean? He's just very immature. So those are the key points in line. So what was the first? The first one was the backlash. The men are scared of the backlash. He's not vulnerable. You can't accept his truth. And then immaturity. So those are the main things for lying. There's other things for lying, but those are the main things. And I'm not saying, I'm not validating why men, I'm not validating men lying, or I'm saying that, oh yeah, you should lie. I'm just saying the reasons why they do lie. So the next one would be, why do men go silent? And this happens a lot. It happens very often. I have friends that went silent with a significant other, baby mother, or wife. So these are the main reasons why men silent. So you got like two different silence. You got the good silence. The good silence is like y'all having a conversation or argument, and the man get quiet because he's analyzing the information that you given him. So he just needs time to analyze, and that's a good thing because he's not, let's see what it's called. He's not quick to respond because he's actually taking into account of what you're saying, and he's responding based on what you told him. He's not looking for keywords and then responding right away. Like just saying, like you tell him, why don't you do this? And he'll be like, well, why don't you get out of my business type stuff. He's actually sitting there analyzing what you're telling him, and then he's going to come back with a correct answer on how he feels about that. So that's a good silence. Another one, which is like a bad silence, is he needs help expressing his feelings. He don't know how to express his feelings. All through childhood as a man, if you was to cry, the first thing they'll say, man up. Boys ain't supposed to cry. Why are you crying? You need to be a big boy. So it's like, eventually, once you keep hearing that, you eventually start bottling up your emotions and becoming emotionless. You can't, what happens is you can't relate to the human race or the world. So like, let's say someone gets killed, you won't be as affected as someone that's in tune with their emotions. A person may be like, okay, that's unfortunate, but he's not really feeling that because he's not in tune with his emotions. Because ever since he was a little kid, people have always shut him down when he did try to express emotions. So when his emotions come about, he just becomes silent. He don't say anything. He just sits there and he just bottle it up like a turtle. He keeps climbing into his shell. He keeps doing that. So that's one reason why men will become silent. So let's see another one. A bad one is men will become silent to train women. And I don't mean like y'all, like women are dogs and they need to be trained or whatnot. It means like, let's say you call him cheating and you put it in his face. You like, hey, I caught you. What do you have to say to yourself? He'll be silent because he know women, when they don't have no communication, they get caught up in their thoughts. And then they'll be sitting here wondering, like, why did he become silent? Maybe I came at him wrong. Maybe I was wrong about him cheating, or maybe I said it. Like, you'll start slowly taking the blame, even though he was caught cheating. You will slowly start taking the blame. Was like, maybe I should have approached him different. It's a tactic that most men use to stop women from noticing the obvious. You know what I mean? They'll do that so then a woman could question themselves and figure out like, maybe it wasn't that bad, or maybe I shouldn't have confront him about it. So that's another reason why a man be silent. But you'll notice that every time you try to confront him about something, he becomes silent. That's when, you know what I mean, red flag, ding, ding, ding. So that's another reason why a man will become silent. That's the bad reason. And the last and final reason is the man just not into you anymore. He just not feeling a relationship. He's not emotionally invested in the relationship that y'all in, and he doesn't want to be the bad guy to break off the relationship. So he just becomes distant, becomes silent until eventually the woman says, "Hey, I can't take this no more. I want to break up," and then that's when separation, and then he becomes himself again. But usually when they become silent and distant, it's because they're not feeling the relationship. They thought the relationship would be one way when it's really not. So that's another reason why a man would become silent. So those are the key things. It's other stuff, but those are the key things. He's analyzing information. He has a hard time expressing his feelings. He uses it as a training tactic to get women to stop calling them out on certain things. And then last, he doesn't want to be in a relationship with you. So he tries the silent treatment, or he tries to become silent so then you could be the one that break up the relationship. So another one is, why do men become players? and I could contest to this because at one point I was a player. So the top thing why men become players. Let's say you got that young love. You 16, 17. You just figuring out girls, and you liking this one girl. This girl is awesome, and you like, man, I want to talk to her. I want to have her. I want her to be mine. And let's say y'all get into a relationship. It's going good. It's going great. And the girl comes to you and say, hey, I don't want to be with you no more. No reason at all. She don't give you no reason at all. She just says, I don't want to be with you. And it just crushes you. You devastated because that was your first love. And men don't know how to handle their emotions like women. We don't know how to handle shit at all. Like, if we ever get our feelings broke, it's like the end of the world type shit. So the man is like really, really broken when they hear stuff like that, when they really crush. So to prevent that from happening again, they become players. They don't want to invest their emotions. They say, oh, I'm finna just date women with the seasons. I'm gonna date her during the fall. I'm gonna date her during the summer. I'm gonna date her. They just want to keep the door going because they don't want to have that feeling of heartbreak again, because they don't know how to handle it. usually when men have heartbreak, it's like they can't do anything. They can't go to work. They can't go out and have a good time. They can't do anything because they always have that heartbreak, so they don't want to experience that again. So they stop that by becoming a player and have multiple women, rotation of women. That's what they say. So that's like the main thing why a man would become a player, because it was a woman that broke their heart at an early age and they didn't want to experience that broken heart anymore. So they just said, fuck it. I'm just finna do my thug dismal. I'm finna be out here fucking whatever, whenever I feel like it, and no attachment at all. So another reason why men become players, when you look at social media, you look at music, you look at movies, the man that has the most women is the one that's praised. Even when you was little, like girls was always like they had more strict parents because the parents didn't want the woman to be taken advantage of by having multiple guys. As kids, like as a guy, as a kid, they praised the guys that had multiple women that liked them and stuff like that. So it's kind of like taught to them to be like, hey, when you have multiple women, that's rewarding. So yeah, we want to see that. In social media, you see Future, he get praised for having all these baby mamas, and then they look at Russell Westbrook as a beta male and all this other stuff. So it's always praised. The players are always praised in social media or in media, opposed to the guy that want to do the right thing. So it's like, why would I want to be that guy when I could have all these women and be praised and be rewarded? So that's why some men choose to be a player. Another thing why men become a player, they looking for validation. So when it's like the same thing as having an ego. When a guy has multiple women and they tell him, "Oh my God, you wonderful, you this and that," they looking for that validation. That's all they need. They want that validation, and instead of from one woman, they get it from multiple women. So it's like, this woman give me validation, this woman. So it's like the higher the count of women that you get, the more confident he is in himself. So the more women you get, the more confident, the more outgoing he'll become. The less women, the more he'll be closed up, the more he's sheltered. He don't want to go out and stuff like that. So that's why some men want to be players, because of the validation of women. So, and then the final one, some men think it's a game. They look at women as not humans, but as something to be played with. So they like the chase, and they like to see how far a woman can go, or how much they'll change up if they was to sink their teeth into a woman. So they like it as a game. It's like, oh man, this woman says she don't like to do this, I bet I get her to do that. Or this woman says she don't like a threesome, I bet I get her to do a threesome. So it's like a video game to them, and they think it's fun. It's immaturity, basically. The third immaturity. So those are the key things in being a player, not validating it. I'm not saying that men should become players. Men should always do what they feel can work for them without hurting other people. So what was the key points in players? It was that one woman that crushed them when they was young. Then the other one was the media always praises the player. They looking for validation. And the fourth and last one was because they think it's a game. They want to continue playing games and stuff. So, oh, look at that. We almost done with this. So another one was, why won't a man leave you alone? Why he tends to linger? You know, like, let's say he hurt you, you left, this man is always lingering, or he's always checking up on you and stuff like that. Why does a man always want to stick around? And one of the things is, the guy doesn't want to be labeled as a bad guy. He doesn't want to be the person that broke off something or ruined something, or even ruined you as a woman. He sometimes a guy don't want to live with that guilt that you were a good woman and he wasn't ready. So he'll linger around and start like validating you, giving you what you need in a relationship. Even if he doesn't want to be in a relationship, he'll give it to you just so when everything separates, you can say, hey, you know, it didn't work out, but at least he gave me this, this, and this. When in reality, he's making it worse because the woman would think everything is all good when in reality it isn't. You know what I mean? So a guy would do that because he doesn't want to be labeled a good guy that messed up a good girl. So that's one of the reasons why a guy would continue to linger and always be around and stuff like that and won't break things off right away. Another thing is you make yourself available to him, so he lingers around, check up on you because whatever you giving him, he wants to continue getting. And that's not, because I know when I say that, a lot of women would think of sex. Sometimes it's not sex. Maybe it's just that warm feeling of feeling safe, or a partner that you could go out with and won't be judgmental. He just wants that one thing from you. He don't want the full shebang. He just wants that one thing, so he keeps coming back and looking for that one thing that he wants from you. So he tends to linger. He tends to check up on you. He doesn't check up on you as often. He doesn't text you every day. He may shoot you a text maybe once a week. Hey, how's it going? How you been? You dating anybody? Come on, let's go out for dinner. I miss you. Like stuff like that. So certain men would like stick around because he enjoy what you have to offer to him, even though he doesn't want the whole thing. So another reason why he's lingering is because he's conflicted. And what I mean by conflicted is he sees the red flags. He sees the red flags in you, and he know he should leave, but he also see the good in you. So it's kind of conflicting. It's like, okay, she does this, but she also does that. So if I was to leave, will I get a woman to do those same exact things? I'm scared. I don't want to leave something and get worse. So he kind of lingers because he's conflicted. He don't know whether to leave or to stay, because it's like the good and the red flags kind of balance itself out. So he's always having a battle like, she smokes weed. I don't like women that smoke, but she also could cook good. Like it's kind of like a balancing act. So he don't know whether to stay or to leave. So he lingers. He'll one day he'll seem distant, but then another day he'll seem really in tune with you and stuff like that. So that's another reason why a man would linger and stick around. The last one is he wants to keep tabs. He wants to always feel like he got to say so in your life. He'll like do stuff like stop men from talking to you so he could still have you. You know what I mean? Like you ever had a guy that when he never hit you up, but as soon as you become happy and you got another guy, he all of a sudden he starts showing up. He starts calling you and checking up on you because he doesn't want another guy to have what he lost. So he'll linger. He'll check on your social media. He'll constantly text you and stuff like that to see what's going on. That's why a lot of girls, they block their ex-boyfriend and stuff like that because they don't want them to ruin what they have coming up next. So that's another reason why a guy would linger. So those are key points of why a guy won't leave you and just keep lingering on or keep stringing you on, is because he doesn't want to be put as a bad guy, as a person that ruined a good girl. He still wants to enjoy what you have to offer, even though he don't want you the full thing about you. He just want to enjoy what you just have to offer. Then he's conflicted because your red flags and the good things about you is balancing out, so he don't know whether to leave or to go. And then another thing is he want to keep tab on you because he don't want you to be happy with another person. So those are the main things that a guy will stay around or stick around or linger around. So the last and final thing that was asked of me of why guys do this is why a guy would choose a woman that looks very similar to their wife or to their ex-girlfriend, and that has to go with our biology. You know what I mean? So in evolution, it was always good for us to date within our species. That's how the animal kingdom is. A lion will date a lion. I mean, a lion will have a lion kingdom. You won't see a lion try to go get a tiger, or you won't see a peacock going after a bird. They always date within their species. So men tend to find women that either look similar or have the same values as their mother. You know what I mean? Like, they'll notice key things that their mother used to do that they will have in a significant other, and it's subconsciously. They don't know it. They don't know that they doing that. It's all in the subconscious. Like, oh, this is similar to your mom. Like, you got to keep her very similar to your mom. So it's like a biology thing, and they'll choose certain women that they remind them of their mother. Now, when you have men that have that didn't have a strong enough mother son bond, they tend to find women that's very, very similar to their mother, so then they could try to create that bond with a partner, because they didn't have that as a kid. So they most likely will have like very similar, or they'll take a woman and create the image of their mother in the significant other that they choosing. So a lot of men will do stuff like that because they didn't have a good mother-son bond when they was growing up. So they try to do that when in a partner and stuff like that. It's very common for men to do that. Women do that too. Whatever your dad did when you was little, you try to find that in a male. Like, if your dad was very caring, you try to find a man that's very caring. Or if your dad always took care of you, made sure you were straight, you want to find a man that will make sure that you're straight and always taken care of. So that's one of the things that men will look for, certain features or values that their mother has. So that's why it seemed like, wow, this girl looks similar to your ex, and that ex looks similar to that, because it's all dates back to their mother and the values that the mother had instilled within them when they was little. So, and by all means, like, men are all different. These are not like all cut dry type of things. Like, these are not like every man don't do stuff like this. I'm just saying the majority of men do these certain things, and people want to figure out why. Other men, they probably don't even lie at all. You know what I mean? They probably is honest forever. They can't tell a lie, or some men never cheated. But majority of the men will do these certain things, and this is why they will do it. So take this information I've given you, whoever may be looking at this video, man, woman, anybody, take this information, and I hope it will like help you understand how men operate, so then you can have a better relationship with men, instead of judging them or basing them off because the fact that they have a penis. You can finally understand how men think and move, so then you can move accordingly, so then you can have a better relationship with men, even with your friends. You know what I mean? You can have a very good, a better friendship with your friends, because you better understand why they do certain stuff. Like, become like, let's say the one we was talking about with the silent. Some men just like to hear a woman say, "Hey babe, come talk to me." And then once the man open up a little bit, say certain stuff like, "Tell me more," or "I'm interested." That type of stuff will make a man want to open up even more, because now it's not any backlash, or it's not anything wrong with it. You actually getting rewarded to open up about your feelings to your significant other. So that's how you could really get a man to open up, because he'll feel comfortable. He'll feel like I'm safe. I'm telling you how I feel because it's safe. You're not attacking me and things of the sort. And you should do certain stuff like that, because for a person to feel like they ain't supposed to compromise, or they could talk to a certain individual any type of way in a relationship, that's childish. We're not kids. Like, you should be able to understand how a person operate and then work around that, so then you could get your point across, or both of y'all could be happy. You know what I mean? Like I feel like the issue is between men and women. Men don't understand how emotional women are, so you have to come to them with an emotional energy, so then you could finally understand. And then women too. Women have to understand that men are more logical. So when you come to a man and you want to express a issue, come with a solution. Because we're doers, we're fixers. We want to fix stuff. So if you don't tell us in the beginning of our conversation of you venting or telling the problem, saying like, hey, I just want to vent, I don't need you to fix this issue, then a man will instantly try to find solutions on what to do. You have to set that standard. Like, hey, babe, I'm finna come vent to you. I don't want you to fix it. I just need to talk. And then when you do need something fixed, hey, babe, I'm coming to you. I'm having an issue. I need your help on what to do next. See, when you separate that, y'all will never have problems, because a man is thinking like, okay, she just wants to vent this time, or this time, or when you come saying that you need something fixed, okay, let me find a solution for it. So instead of just coming out of nowhere and just coming venting and causing like chaos, and the man is confused because he don't know whether, just say that in the beginning. If you say it in the beginning, then everything will be straight, because everything is based off communication. The better communication you have, the better relationship you will have. Friends, family, anything that you're doing, always have communication. Always understand the person that you're talking to, and how they perceive information, because everybody perceives information differently. You can't talk to your mother the same way you talk to your guys. You can't talk to your sister the same way you talk to your partner. You have to understand a person's communication and love language. If you in a relationship, understand a person's love language. Get that out the way. Ask them, hey, are you clingy? Do you like a guy to always be up under you, or do you like separation? Always understand a love language, and that's when you have a better understanding of the individual, so then you can have a better relationship. Because if you go in there trying to force a person to become your love language, and that person trying to force their love language on you, it's never going to work out. And y'all going to be butting heads, and then no one's going to be happy, and then the relationship is going to end faster than it started. So always have communication and understand the person or persons that you're talking to. So that's it for this podcast. I hope I answered any questions. If you have any more questions, you could comment below and let me know if you have any more questions on why men do certain things. And I'm usually quick to go answer it on YouTube if you liking it, because people they like to look at my videos but don't subscribe and like it. I don't understand that. They'll tell me in my face, oh yeah, I like this, but they didn't like it on YouTube. You got to help the algorithm. You got to help that. How am my videos gonna get across to certain people if nobody is liking it or subscribing? I got some great content. I think I'm awesome. I think I'm entertaining. I think I've done enough to prove that I can really be out here like that. But you gotta help me out. So help me help you. You feel me? So, but once again, another Nate Frazier experience. I'm gonna put my Facebook tag at the end of this, so then you could come look at my business page. I'm gonna let people know when I'm putting out t-shirts again. Right now I have white t-shirts. I'm trying to do black. And then I have 3 different masks. I have Nate Frazier Experience. And I have another logo with Nate Frazier Experience, #1 podcast. And I have the last one, which is called Factsalutely. So Factsalutely is the word that I use often. The way it came about, I was talking to an individual, and they was asking me, they was telling me something, and then without me knowing, I was gonna say facts, but then I switched it up and say absolutely, and then that's when I became the facts-absolutely word. So a lot of people like it, so I've been putting it on masks. I'm gonna start putting it on T-shirts. I'm gonna start putting some of my lingo on T-shirts. You know what I mean? Because a lot of people, you feel me? Like my favorite one is like, instead of saying you getting fellatio, you getting head, you say you getting chewy. You know what I mean? Chewy. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoyed my content. Look at all my other videos that I have up there. I have quite a bit of videos up there. Then also follow me on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Amazon Music. I also have a lot of podcast audio on there too. So if you ever run out of content on YouTube, just take a look on there. I got a lot of stuff that I talk about, like, for example, dating outside your race, religion, men versus women type stuff. So it's really good content out there. So thanks for clicking on this link. Thanks for listening to me. Thanks for listening to the video in its entirety. I hope all this information can help you better yourself as a person and understand why men do certain stuff. And if men looking at this, I hope this help you understand why you do certain stuff, because certain men do these things, but they don't have no understanding in why they doing it. They just do it subconsciously. So I hope this helps you better yourself and be an amazing person, because everybody is amazing. You just got to bring it out of them. So once again, this is Nate Frazier Experience. Y'all have a good day. Thanks.